Hi everyone, so nice to see you guys today. I just had this on my heart and I thought I'd share it really quickly with you. I just felt like the topic was, what if it's not too late after all? So many of us go through crazy life circumstances and challenges and crises and things when, being in life, in midlife, in my 40s, almost 50, crazy, feels very fulfilling, yet it feels very loaded with wisdom, and it feels almost like we're at this halfway point or more. And I just think it's so important that what if it's not too late after all? All these really rough, crazy things go on in our life, and mental health challenges and health crises and family and relationship issues and all these things and family breakdowns and stuff, and it just throws us off our path, throws us off our game, takes us onto some other plane, and we're not focused. And it takes us so long to get back sometimes back into that place of where we can dream again and focus again and think about what we want again. And sometimes it can take so long, because when you're going through all the heaviness of the trauma and wounding and experiences and events, you're fully focused on those moments. And we need to be sometimes, because we need to heal. We need to give ourselves grace and compassion and have time to sit. And sometimes even our focus can change through this, because for me, like, little story time, I know that after going through a major diagnosis and a heart transplant, that I can say that my focus completely changed. My focus, well, it didn't completely change, but what it did was it magnified it. It magnified it so deeply. It magnified it to the point where it shone the light on it so bright that I couldn't turn away anymore. And I talk a lot about the dreams that are pulling on your heartstrings all the time, and the things that we've put on the shelf and the goals we put on the shelf, and we always wish we were somewhere else in life by this time. And there's so many times that our dreams are just sitting on the shelf, and we need to actually take that dream off the shelf and blow it off, and when it's time, when it feels right. And during these crises and challenges, we're focused on healing and hi you guys. Nice to see you. And we need that time to give ourselves a little bit of grace and compassion. But then when that tug comes back and those dreams come back and our life, something changes and we feel more motivated, because where I was going with that story was that for me, when that stuff happened and I was potentially, I'm being cut short on life, and I almost didn't even make it to be here talking to you right now. Thank you to my organ donor, who I can't say thank you and enough gratitude for. I wouldn't even be talking right now. But when you go through all of these crazy life events and challenges, it just shines a light on after you've come out of that experience a little bit, and I'm able to sit back and kind of take in everything that happened and look at things from a different perspective. You can see just that fire in your heart and that just desire to be able to come forward and be courageous, and see sometimes scary stuff has to happen for us to get real brave and real courageous. Like, I used to be so scared of going on videos and things. Now I don't care if I have makeup on or my hair's done or talking on here. And I'm an introvert. Like, I actually, a lot of you wouldn't believe, but I'm actually quite an introvert. And so for me, doing all this stuff, it only comes because there's so much desire and things on my heart to make things happen and really do the things I love and take the dreams off the shelf and blow the dust off and make them happen. And because, it's just never too late. I want to say that so many times. It's never too late to at least start and bring some of these dreams to life. They don't belong there. They don't belong on the shelf. They belong if they're on your heart, you're meant to bring it forward. God or the universe, or whatever you believe, gives you these desires. And when we're discontented in life, we can easily see like where we're unhappy. It's easy to go into the negative. It's easy to kind of say, oh, I don't like this about my life. And that's okay. Sometimes we need to do that so we can see like where does stuff need to change. We can look at all the areas of our life, like our relationships. We can look at our health in more detail. We can look at our spiritual life. We can look at our family. We can look at our jobs, career, adventure, purpose, all of these things at a deeper level in order to make this and take this to be our next level and create the things that we always dreamed of. Aw, thank you so much, Shelby. I just feel like sometimes things happen and they're the worst thing that can happen to us, but they're also such a beautiful thing. Like when I tell people my having a heart transplant is a gift, they can understand the part of a gift of being the heart, but they don't understand the part of going through something like that potentially tragic as being a gift. Because when you get in the surgical room and they take your heart out of your chest, there's no plan B. There's absolutely no plan B. They told me that. I had to sign my life away. This thing has to pump. This organ can't be nicked. Nothing. And they don't know if it's going to connect and all the things are going to be cut right and it's going to start pumping until it's in. There's no going back, but I had no other option. And so when you have something so serious happen, when you can be able to come out of that and sit back and look out the window and have so much gratitude for life, you can see that everything on my heart has a time clock, and on yours. Like you were not given these gifts and desires and this calling to do something if you were to just let it wither away. Like we were given these dreams and gifts to bring to life, because that is what we're here for, and that in turn makes the impact on the world. We're not going out of our way trying to figure out how we're going to make an impact on the world. We just use our gift and it creates that. So those are the moments where we can make a decision that it isn't too late after all. It's never too late. And even if something were to go south tomorrow, I am working in my purpose and my calling and bringing things to life that I've dusted off the shelf, that I've, and we all do that. We put things away for a while and we put ourselves on the back burner a lot as women. And then when we hit midlife, we try to find ourselves. And sometimes we have to go through like an awakening moment even to kind of come back to that. And I had that big moment myself. And that's when I really felt the call to put on that program that I do yearly called the Pain to Purpose, the Journey Back to Self. It's really a deep awakening where you're in the trenches and you're really going back and pulling out and connecting to the core authentic self and so much more than that, trauma healing and things. But anyway, the point is that we have to go through some sort of awakening sometime, and kind of sometimes it's even for people, it's alcohol and drugs, and they have to hit rock bottom. And the reason we call it rock bottom is because something happens, something shifts, there's something big there. Even if you don't even have to have a rock bottom. You can just make a decision that you are going to take action now and you are going to change your circumstances. If you have that rock bottom, it's a lot easier to kind of pull your way out of it. But it doesn't mean you have to have that. You don't have to go through that. Some people don't have a rock bottom to be able to need to have this big awakening. They just feel like they've living life on default button, autopilot, if you will, or in survival mode, just living the safe life. But deep inside, you'll have all these beautiful dreams and things going, and you're just too scared to do them because of fear and whatever else, responsibilities and life stuff and things that come up. But the time is now. It's not too late after all. And Oh, God has an outstanding plan for all of us. Yes, raw vegan here. It's just your energy. Yes, I'm sure it does. I'm not a raw vegan, but I can totally understand for sure. So what I wanted to just share with you quickly before I let you go today is productivity and doing things with your dreams and actually achieving your goals doesn't have to feel like torture. It can feel and fear. It can feel like child's play. It can feel like delight. It can feel like joy. It can feel like curiosity. And that's what I've kind of turned everything I do into, because when I'm being creative and when I'm thinking like a child and going back to those like beautiful moments of and we did a lot of inner child work inside of that program as well. But when we go and tap into that fun and excitement and curiosity and inner child work, it's makes light and fun of everything. Because if you guys are following me, you know that I always preach that creativity is a healing modality. And as a counselor, that's not something that's taught. That's not something that they agree or believe in as a theory, but I do. I fully believe that creativity is my healing modality, and that's what keeps me going. And it doesn't mean I have to create something like an art piece. I could be stirring my own homemade soup. I could be, right now I'm making applesauce, and as I peel the apples, like I'm being creative. Like you can see creativity in everything. You can see creativity in my garden. You can see creativity in my office. You can see it in my kitchen. You can see it in my fridge. Like you could be creative anywhere. It doesn't have to be art, as in traditional art. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So anyway, we're starting on the weekend. If you've been following along, you know we're having the Inspired Action Camp starting on the weekend. I know that the price is super, super low, but for those of you guys who know me, you know I like to make things accessible for everything. So that does not mean that the value isn't going to be really high, and I'm going to be going full out in there and teaching and coaching and answering all your questions. So there's a link in my bio if you want to join that. We start on the weekend. It doesn't matter when you come in there, you'll have access to all of everything. And it's only $111 now, but it will be going up to double or triple that very soon when I do the next round. So I want you guys to be able to get in there and have fun and achieve your dreams and make a plan and be guided with a fun way through curiosity and delight and a childlike mentality. And that's why I called it camp, because I'm going to pretend that we're camping. Like we're going to be roasting marshmallows and sitting around a fire together, you guys. That kind of thought. So it's going to be really fun, and I want to invite you there because I've never done anything like this. I've never had something for 30 days before where you can like go in and pick my brain, and it's going to be really healing. I think it's going to be full of deep thought, yet curiosity and child's play interwoven with creativity and fun and camping theme, and also interwoven with a journey, like a guided 30-day journey. So if you want to check that out, you can see the link in my bio, and I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I've never done anything quite like this before. It's unique and different, and I've never done anything for 30 days. So this doesn't mean that it's like full on for 30 days. These are like 10-minute a day things that you'll be doing and tasks going through this guided journey. And if you miss a day, you just do the 2 things the next day or whatever. So it's very light and fun, and it'll be really therapeutic, I think. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hop on and join us. We start really soon, like in like 3 days, and yeah, you're invited. So anyway, have a wonderful day. I hope you all well. And remember, it's never too late. And it's never, ever, ever too late. And you're never, ever, ever too old. Oh, Shelby, I'm beginning a healing coach journey interwoven with ministry. Oh, beautiful. That sounds wonderful. Good luck with that. Yes, good luck. So that sounds really lovely. yeah, so I hope that I'll see you guys inside for something fresh. And I think that what's neat about this is that this is going to give us, like, bounce us into September where fall hits and it's like the season's changing. So let's have, like, go full on for the last days of summer here and just enjoy this and be grateful for it and tap into the summer kind of vibes before they're gone, because the seasons change so quickly. And soon it'll be fall and winter, and we'll be in a totally different mode, and then we'll be doing different fall things and such. So I know that I want to suck every last moment out of summer. So come along with me on the ride, and I'll see you there. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk soon.